Okay, so I had an idea for I don't know, fun little game we could play with this VOD. Maybe since I didn't really go over bubble usage as much in Bag of Crabs VOD, figured I'd kind of touch on it here. So basically, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be going from fight to fight and kind of breaking down your bubble usage. You know, what I did or didn't like about it. Um, so there, let's uh, let's get into third person mode here. Let's get a little. Can I? Wait. Oh, there we go. What is your bubble doing here? What value did this bubble get for you? Did it block a cooldown? Did it prevent damage? Did it cut off heals from the front line or the DPS? Did it isolate a character? So those are the general ideas that you want to be trying to get done with your bubble. And right here, you know didn't really do any of them. And so now you're here. You have no jump. You have no bubble, and you've got three people in front of you. Your LOS of your support. You're out of LOS of your support. Your entire team's on the right. So this bubble, I would say, if you had held your bubble, your position would still not be fantastic, but you'd be able to bubble and you'd be able to survive for longer and create pressure and demand resources. But the way that you used your bubble made it very easily for you to get counter dove and killed. Or maybe you don't die. Maybe I'm thinking of a different fight. Okay, okay. Maybe you don't die there, but still in general, bad bubble. Could have gotten more value out of it. And I'm not trying to be like too harsh with it, but this is just like one of, I'd say, the most important concepts to learn. It's just like getting value out of your bubble because it's very, very important cooldown on Monkey. Okay, this bubble, I don't like bubbles on that. So you kind of feel pressured to use that bubble just because they're throwing so much poke on you and your backline. But what you could do is just like engage from better places. On dive, you don't really want to engage from here. Um, dude, I cannot get. How do I just seamlessly? There we go. So yeah, it's not really getting a whole lot of value here. But yeah, like poisoning from here is really bad because on dive you want a lot of open space, a lot of different ways that you can go. But here, you're forced into this stairway and you're like not looking at a lot of area of the map. So you could have kept running around here. That would have been good. You would have seen their Ana, their Lucio's caught out. He's purple. Could have gone here. This would have been pretty good. Or you could have like tried to go with your team around from the high ground, or you could have just come in from main. Like there's a lot of open space here. You can kind of see around. You can jump, right high ground. You can jump mid high ground, back left, back right. Kind of poise from here and look for stuff. Most likely you'd want to jump up and take this high ground because then you could see the Ana and like position dive on her. But yeah, so this bubble I don't like as much. I think if you had held it, whenever you jumped this way towards both their supports, you could have gotten a lot more value out of it. You could have either cut off heals from the Lucio, cut off heals from the Ana, kind of protected your back while you're shooting at the Ana, blocked sleep, blocked nade. That's another thing. You can block cooldowns very well with bubble if you like keep your distance. If you land like here, then you're like just far enough away that your bubble's at the edge of where Ana is, and you can still do damage. So whenever you see that sleep animation come out, you can kind of like press S, back up a little bit, and drop your bubble, and block it like that. Or whenever you see that nade animation, stuff like that. Or if you just like predict it, or just it's a better bubble there than it is over here. It's basically the general idea. We ended up getting the Ana, so yeah, ended up getting the Ana. But you could have taken a lot less damage there, blocked the nade, survived if you had better bubble usage. And that's one of the biggest things about Monkey is like continuously getting value, like not dying, like staying, getting in, getting your value, getting out, you know. And the way to like stay alive is just to use your resources really well. Okay, I like starting high ground here. That's good. It allows you to not have to use your jump to dive. You can just drop on stuff. You get hacked there. So getting hacked there is not the biggest deal, but you just kind of stood there and got dived. You gotta kind of know where LOS of your healers is and like be dropped towards it. But in Nanoblade, whatever. Yeah, you lose the fight whenever they Nanoblade and you don't have a defensive wall. It's whatever, no big deal. Unless y'all like sleep or outplay them, or whatever. No. Not losing the fight actually, but that's just because evil and Coltrane, I feel like popped off this map. Alright, let's set the 3P and let's look at what your bubble's doing. Not really a whole lot. So I feel like, you know, like you get the general idea. I don't want to hone in on it too much, but I just wanted to like give you like from your perspective what you're doing with your bubbles, and then give you a third person's perspective of like how much value they're actually getting and how much more value you could be getting. So well, I guess let's go through the fight. Let's see what would have happened if like you had had, you know, a bubble to use. Okay. Lucio dies. So, okay. Point made. I guess the cooldown's up again before you would have needed it again, but you understand what I'm saying about making sure you get value out of your bubble.